Hey there everybody, I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd. There's been an incredible super bloom this year. You've probably heard it on the news, you may have even seen it in person, and you may have decided to plant some California poppies in your own backyard or front yard. Right about now, after a few months, they start to look a little meh, not great. You know, they do all this beautiful blooming, but then when they get old, they start to get long and stretched out and bolt to seed. They send out flowers, they send out seeds, and then they start to lay flat and kind of stretch out around the yard, and it looks kind of unsightly. But that's not the end of poppies. If you do this one trick, you'll be able to extend the life of your bloom for another few months. Let me show you how. First of all, let me address this idea that native plants don't need to be pruned. Yeah, out in the wild, they don't, because they just come back on their own every year, and they're making a thick layer of mulch that they leave behind for future generations, and that's fine. But in your own garden, you may want to tidy things up a little bit so that they don't look quite so bad quite so long. And a quick pruning with a simple set of pruning shears like these will make it a lot easier. So let's start by talking about the way poppies grow. Poppies grow from the base of the plant, all in a cluster. And once they finish sending out flower stems and flowering, there's a seed head that forms that looks, long, it's elongated. And these will eventually dry out and burst and send seeds all over the place. So you can wait until this happens if you want to, or you can cut them down while they're still green, and that's okay too. But if you want flowers for next year, be sure to let some of them bolt to seed. You can see in this shot here that the majority of the plant is overgrown. You'll see tufts of new growth at the base of the plant, and then the old growth is lying flat and it's turning brown and is stretched out. Let me show you how to cut it. So here you can see new growth is coming up from this old poppy plant, and all the old foliage is stretched out along here. The way to do it, if I just pull this, I'll end up pulling all of this out. So I want to make sure I don't do that. So I'm just going to cut along here and leave some of the old stems, and then this will all start to regrow from where it's already started. And you can leave these guys here. And it's a little bit ugly, but soon that new growth will be here and fill in the space. Just like that. Within just a couple weeks of pruning back your poppies, they will start to send out new growth and populate your garden all over again. So you'll get a second round of beauty and this native plant that will just keep giving and giving and giving. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to find out when our next video comes online. And consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd. Show your support by becoming a Patreon subscriber, and you'll get behind the scenes goodies like monthly hangouts with me on Zoom and expedited answers to your burning gardening questions. Also, check out my books, Grow Your Own Mini Fruit Garden, Gardening for Geeks, and my novel, Garden Variety, which is, by the way, coming out in Spanish in Spain in October 2023. So if you can get your hands on a Spanish language copy, go for it. Happy gardening.